Welcome to Cut Daisies and Unicorns, and this is a Trailer Friday, everybody, for episode number 10.
Number 10.
So if you have been listening to Cut Daisies over the last 5 seasons, you'll know that episode 10 is the end of every season. We do 10 episodes. That's how we're on season 5. We got season 5. We're wrapping it up. We got, this is episode number 10. And we're coming to you on your Friday.
It is your Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Happy Friday, everyone.
Right.
And we hope that you have had a safe, uneventful trip through the universe this last week.
Right. Yeah, I didn't know where you were going to go. Like, safe, uneventful. Like, what is it? What is he going to say?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Trip through the universe. Yeah. So it's always good to have a good trip.
7 more rotations.
7 more rotations. Yep.
Right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 5 rotations since the last time you heard of our voice.
Right.
Voices in the plural.
Right. Because sometimes we're a singular voice. Sometimes we're a multiple voice.
Oh, my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then when we have Swedish Fish and
Sour
Patch, there's multiple voices coming from them, too.
All right. So I had the candy in my pocket. It was in my hoodie pocket. All right. Here's a little sneak peek at what's happening.
The Chicago gear.
I got my Chicago hood.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not really from Chicago, but I'm in Chicago.
Right.
And
that's the gear.
Wearing a hoodie, it matters.
Because when the rain falls, when the flood starts rising.
Yep. We're going to be washed by the water. That's another sneak peek.
Yeah.
You'll
gotta be protected.
Yep. So I'm going to try to talk. Right now I'm salivating with the anticipation of the Sour Patch.
Yeah.
It's a blue Sour Patch. I don't think that I can really taste the differences in the flavors of Sour Patch.
Oh.
I think it's the like acid that makes it tart and stuff, makes it all taste the same to me. But
you can already feel
I'm salivating with the anticipation.
Right. Your mouth is preparing for the sour goodness.
Oops.
Yeah.
Wrong one here.
Right.
I'm going to do this.
There's a close-up of Steve.
We're going to do a close-up.
Steve taking in the Sour Patch.
Well.
Did it reinforce your saliva glands? What are they called?
My Pavlovian response to salivating.
Yeah.
So you just keep adding more words into the sentence until what was meant to be a verb becomes an adverb.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Actually, when I picked up this candy, I was thinking about a topic.
Yeah.
Because I knew that I would have to make mouth noises.
That's ASMR.
All right. Work through the sour. I would say on a sour scale, that one was a 3. Not very sour at all.
Yeah. Try the yellow one.
Mm-hmm.
See what that does. See if you can distinct some flavors there. Because I always feel like the green and the yellow, with it being lemon lime, that and maybe it's just a mental thing. Like, yeah, somehow I just connected in my, like, this should be more sour.
All right. I'm going for the yellow.
All right. Let's see it.
Something that will slightly resemble drinking Pledge from the can.
Yeah, kids at home, do not drink Pledge from a can. That would be poisonous. Don't do it.
They'd have to figure out how to spray it into their mouth.
That's true. What do you think?
It definitely was more sour.
Wow, good. All right.
I'm trying to see if I pick up the flavor, the lemon hints.
Yeah.
It's definitely brighter. Like the sunshine in my soul.
It's a reflection.
You know the thing about a hood?
Mm-hmm.
I got all kinds of off-topic conversation.
Yeah.
So the cool thing about a hood is it can be a sleep aid. Sitting in this chair, not so easily. But what I've found is with the sun getting up earlier,
Yeah.
due to daylight savings time change,
Yep.
I wear a stocking cap to bed. So when the sun comes up early,
You can just flip it.
I just slip the stocking cap over my eyes. And I was talking to my hairdresser or stylist. Sorry, Caitlin, for using the wrong terminology. I'm apologizing for my ignorance. But his name's Chad. And Chad and I were talking about sleep patterns. Chad gets up fairly early in the morning. And I'm like, dude, how do you get up that early in the morning? And he's like, well, you just get used to it. And he's like, go to bed around 8 o'clock. Up 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, whoa. He's like, that's not your deal, is it? I'm like, oh, it's so not my deal. I don't even my body actually rejects the idea of waking up between 3 and 4 a.m. and facing a day. It's like, oh, you're going to do that to me? Well, fine. Here, I'm going to make sure your day is shitty.
Right.
This is how you're going to feel.
That's what you get.
Yep. And that's why when we upload this to YouTube, I put marked not for kids.
Mm-hmm. Not for kids.
But the other thing is that sometimes I can run super, super cool and cold. And when you put something on your head, it keeps the heat in.
It does.
I mean, it's scientific.
That
this
is
science.
That's science right there.
The more you know.
Mm-hmm.
But Chad, I'm like, how do you go to sleep at 8 o'clock at night when the sun's still up?
I don't know.
He's like, oh, I have my sleeping mask.
Oh.
So
it darkens. I guess that would be.
He's refined it to that he actually has a purpose of a sleeping mask that he puts on and rolls over and goes to sleep.
All right.
But if you've been up since 4 o'clock, you're going to be tired.
That's true. Your body will be tired. That would be because I do not own a sleep mask, and I could not go to sleep when it was still because I also don't take naps very often. So
yeah, I'm not a napper either.
Right.
I will take a 15-minute break every once in a while and just sit down.
Yeah.
That's another sneak peek.
Yeah. I think this past Sunday, it was the first time I think my body was just like, you're done, shut it down. I actually napped, and I usually don't do that.
How late were you up then?
Yeah, I think it was because of the, trip from Vegas, getting in on Saturday, still preparing for the rest of the stuff I needed for Sunday. And then it was Sunday, we had the thing over there, at Drake Gardens. And then it was yeah.
I'm choking on my Swedish fish.
The Swedish fish is now attacking. The fish says, no, Steve, you cannot enjoy me.
Oh, man.
Oh, the attack of the Swedish fish. I wonder what makes them Swedish.
I think it's
They originate from Sweden?
Country of origin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think Swedish fish are overmaking other Swedish fish in Sweden.
Like they put them in a pond of
gelatinous red goo, and out comes more Swedish fish.
They're multiplying.
So when I was smacking my lips like that,
Yeah.
Do you remember growing up, like being told eat with your mouth?
Oh, but yeah.
Eat with your mouth closed?
Yeah.
Man, I must have been now I did have some nasal like allergy things in my early on life. So there was, some talk about whether like my speech impediment at the time was connected to like nasal
yeah.
and
breathing then. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm breathing and how I formed my S's. There, I about got it worked out.
It's almost there.
Woo! All right. But I was, when I picked up the candy, I'm like, oh, great, we have these microphones and they're real hot, and so. But man, when you sit down at a table and you got an open mouth eater, how militant do you want to get then?
I know. It does. Like, that's where you can kind of, as you age, you're kind of like looking at people I'm feeling like I don't want to eat anymore. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, food's funny.
Please shut it down. Shut it down.
You put food in your mouth hole and but then when other people are doing it and it's like I just had that scene with oh man, Hannibal Lecter, fava beans. Yeah, see, you do it so well
with a nice Chianti. Chianti.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like drinking candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I prefer a dry red. Or at least a semi-dry.
Oh,
I definitely don't like a sweet red.
Yeah, drier the better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Sunday, episode 10.
Sunday.
We are finishing out the conversation on May's mental health awareness. And actually, we go down the path of social media and mental health.
Mm-hmm. And I think there's some good tips and tricks in order to try to find or recenter instead of finding yourself in a cycle of doom.
Yeah, that cycle of doom.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be careful.
Yeah, you don't need doom in your life. No doom.
So if you want a chuckle or two, and then if you want to take some of the topics seriously, maybe you listen to the podcast and you're like, you know what? I have a friend that really needs to listen to this. You can, on Facebook, what you can do is you can take that and you could forward the event in their message app.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to post it on their Facebook page. If you want to share it, you're willing. We're glad for you to share it.
Right. Please.
Or what you could do is you could pull up Cut Daisies and Unicorns on YouTube and copy the link, and like you could do that from your phone and send it to somebody else's phone and be like, "Hey, I heard this thing." And I would actually take it 2 steps further. This is our 3rd week of
mental health.
Talking about mental health. So I want to get the word out because maybe your schedule is picked up and kind of going right along. The other thing, too, to remember is that with this being episode 10, we'll get a public service announcement out there on when our next startup is going to be. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't be many weeks away. Actually, I'm thinking in my head it'll be the week after the 6th and the 7th.
It's probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, my family, we've got some travel trips going on for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put on lots of miles and be on the road on the weekends. And but we're gonna position this probably either that week or the week after. We'll do a live show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're going to make sure, like, because we're also trying to be able to toy with the idea of a live, also in-person show too. So
Yeah.
if you are local in the Chicagoland area and you want to come on through to the Cut Daisies studio at Tabor,
Yeah.
then we're going to make that open and available.
And work out the technology to make that work. So
Right.
you see some testing happening, then that is what is occurring there. Would also like to let you know that if you are in the local area and you wonder how much tickets would cost, I just want to let you know this is a limited seated event.
Right.
And so, I mean, just based on sheer numbers of the people who are listening right now, I just want to let you know that, I mean, we only have seats for 45 people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the best way we can accommodate. Very casual, sitting around tables. We'll have open forum conversation. We'll probably work out some survey stuff. Mm-hmm. I was thinking as I saw your Chicago dice over there, you know what we should do is we should just do a bunch of questions, and then we'll randomly shoot dice for what question we're going to answer.
Yeah, that it reminds me of a Community episode where Abed. Do you ever watch? Yeah. So Abed, he's kind of the quirky character. Always kind of speaks in movie, and he says anytime you're throwing a dice, you're creating an alternate universe.
Nice.
So there's 6, parts of the die, and he said so you're creating 6 different outcomes already.
Wow.
He's like, so I mean, and they also have like a little thing that runs through it. They had one episode where this started, and then they talked about how there is an evil side to each one of them. So there's like the evil Abed, and there's the evil other, characters as well. But then there's that evil universe, the existence of what happened when they first cast the die to create the 6 different universes.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. I mean, same creator who did Rick and Morty. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right. So he's got quite the imagination.
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we're gonna do all that. We're gonna bring out some dice then as well, and we'll see what happens. It'll be a fun live show.
Fun. And the other thing that is happening. So I was at limited seating.
Right.
All right. So based on what's necessary, we just want to let you know that typically we would charge $100 a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just going price for good comedy in Chicago.
That's right.
And so actually, because this will be our first live event, no ticket charge.
That's true.
For free.
Right. But that means you're going to have to get here early and find a seat.
Because the bouncer who's going to check the IDs,
because it's also not for kids.
Yeah. And I mean, got to make sure that, not for kids. It will definitely not be for kids.
Mm-hmm.
And as is common practice in Chicagoland, which I find this really interesting, but it's a part of Chicago culture, is there are many restaurants that are BYOB.
Mm-hmm.
And so this will be a similar format.
Right.
And we'll be going Sunday evening at 7:00.
Mm-hmm.
We'll tape from 7 to 9, the live show.
Right.
And it will be available for replay. And then when I get around to it, I'll put that episode on YouTube as well. I'm all caught up right now, everybody.
Right.
Except for one video that I owe the Dominican Republic.
Oh.
And yeah, I need to get on that too. Maybe I'll make that a priority when I get home.
So it'll happen, just not right now.
Yeah, the only question is like, does it make sense to start out with a recorded, hey, we're here, we're back and there, and then we can like market for live in the live show in the studio, let people know they can come in. Yeah. So just remember, it's a perceived saved value of $4,500.
Mm-hmm.
And
look what you're saving, and then all of the benefits you get from it.
I know.
Yeah.
And I really feel like life gets better when you feel like you're saving money.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just makes sense. And that's what we're about.
Mm-hmm.
We're about you feeling better about the money you saved.
Right.
So if you have a family of 6, you can't bring your kids.
Because we put the FU in fun.
Oh man. And and then if you're like on a tight budget and you're like, man, I can't really
What's there to do on a Sunday?
afford to go to that show.
Mm-hmm.
We just dropped the bar super low so you can afford that.
Right. See how good we are, to this audience. Look how good we are.
Yeah, and
you should be proud of us.
I mean, we're just bringing frivolity
Mm-hmm.
to the masses.
Yes, frivolity.
Yes. If you want to go back, the last live event, didn't I have eye makeup?
I think you did, yeah.
See, that was around Halloween time.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Well, small doses.
Yeah.
It's like dropping acid.
Just a micro bit at a time. A little bit will do you.
Yeah. And people ask, we talk about chemical addiction in Sunday's episode.
We do.
And people will be like, but Steve, how do you know about dropping acid? I'm like, because I've heard Science Mike talk about his experience.
Yeah. I've also heard other people talk about it. I've never also dropped it.
Yeah. Well, understood and complied.
Right.
Yeah. So,
so it's a good time on Sunday. I think there's things to learn from. There's probably a few laughs here and there as well. So listen up, pay attention, get your journals. If you don't have one, you've got a couple of days now before Sunday's episode. Grab your journal.
Yep. Go to Amazon.com and just order up a journal. Or, look around. You know what? It's funny, when I was back working on the house and Micah came through and I had an old envelope and I had notes on the back of it and stuff like that. And he goes, I always remember that you do this. He's like, instead of throwing the envelopes away, you keep the envelopes as scrap paper and you use the backs of it. I'm like, yeah, why not? Mm-hmm. I'm going to throw the note away. Look at this note. I'm not even going to put, but I've used these 2 pages. And then I'm going to flip it over in my little book. Now I've got a brand new little booklet for my checklist and my notes. And I'm definitely reached. Well, I've been there for a long time. I got to keep my list, and it keeps me focused. I actually walked out the door with my my satchel or backpack or whatever and my gear, loaded the truck. Went and dropped stuff off at the laundromat or the dry cleaners, and got back in the car and I'm like, "Where's my list?" I'm like, "Damn it!"
Did you drop it off to get cleaned?
No, I knew it. I knew Susie didn't have it because I was in there and going through the stuff that I wanted her to mend and things, and which, I mean, we can get back to the notes and where the note was. But, yeah, that was my project today. I had my sweatpants. Well, my old sweatpants wore out. So then I got new sweatpants. But I'm short. Hold it. Yeah, my legs are short. I think my inseam might be somewhere between like a 28 and a 29 because 30s are even long on me.
Oh, yeah.
I can get about a 2-inch flip on a 30. So then when 32s are like a deep cuff. So I had to put on sweatpants, turn up things, and like in a past life, I would just take a pair of scissors and just cut them off. And but Susie at the Golden Needle does such a great job. I'm like, well, I might just as well have them hemmed.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. And my mom, one of our number one fans, normally she'd be like, Steve, I can do that for you. Yeah, but she's 5 hours away.
Yeah. It's a little bit harder to get it done.
Yeah, and guess which person in our family didn't learn to sew? This guy.
Yeah. I think I went through a sewing class, and I think it was like 6th grade or something. But, of course, I don't remember how to sew either. So
people who are watching the video are like, what's happening to Coble? He's leaning over. And I'm like, well, I hurt my back driving to Peoria.
Crick in the back.
Yeah, I got a crick. And so, anyway. Yeah, so then I went back to my place, and there it was, sitting on the table. And I'm like, there's too many things on this list not to have the list.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to lose track.
Yeah.
But what I can guarantee you out there, people, don't lose track of Sunday, episode number 10. Don't lose track. It's Sunday, same time, 7 o'clock Central. I think sometimes we've done 6, but I think we're...
Well, we started out at 6.
Yeah.
But nobody was coming to the sites. And when we had polled people about when's a good time on Sunday for our product
episode
to be released, between 7 and 8 o'clock. Well, you and I, when we were talking about live, so we can keep our start times the same.
Yeah.
What we did was we went along with the whole idea of, oh, well, let's just do it at a consistent time. Then I was like, well, let's try it earlier. And now we're back into summer, and it's like, whatever.
Right.
I think what really happened is on episode 3 or episode 4, my internet was so slow on upload that it was going to take 15 minutes longer or 20 minutes longer. And that means that even though we taped on Thursday, I delayed editing until Sunday afternoon. That's always a poor decision on my part. Poor decision.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough time.
Yeah, especially when you know that your upload speeds. Back in Des Moines, the upload speeds were 3 times faster than what they are here in Chicago.
Yep.
Got to control.
Right. Lots of people using the interwebs.
The fiber.
Lots of traffic out there in the interweb paths.
So much traffic. I get tired of the horns. Everybody's honking their horns. The traffic is so heavy.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're going to talk mental health awareness. Hopefully it's something that will be an encouragement. If you're looking for personal growth, there's definitely some key things in there on that. And we move into our next season of 2022.
Yeah. We will. That'll be season number 6.
Yep. So if some of the quality gets funky and weird, we'll probably be doing some Zoom interviews and things like that. Trying to get some people of
different backgrounds
and expertise. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Well, everybody.
If I had 100 red balloons, I'd let them go and fly up into the air right now.
What about 99 red balloons?
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. But if I had a Swedish red balloon, would it be a fish? Or could I have a Swedish fish red balloon?
It's true.
99 red balloons flying in the atmosphere. I just keep myself from doing that because we get flagged for copyright. All right.
All right, everybody. Have a good rest of the weekend.
Yeah, find somebody and give them a high five. Give them a knuckle boop, 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 and put a smile on your face. If it doesn't make you feel better, it'll make the people around you feel better.
Guaranteed.
That, again, is a Cut Daisies and Unicorns guarantee. Not only can you get a $100 ticket for $0, we're not even charging you the taxes. We're going to have to chip that in ourselves.
Yep, we're putting that in.
As a perceived loss to this wonderful business adventure.
Right. All for you, the listener. Our fans, our people.
I can't believe
our
we
community.
just did that. We just gave it all away, dude. Oh, man.
That's how kind we are.
I just think it's a novel concept. Yeah. Just think what you'd be saving.
Right.
If you need to save more, get a hold of me. I've got lots of tips.
There we go.
All right. Peace out.
Take care.